Hey, Mike Healy here, obviously, and I wanted to add this video in here because I thought it was extremely important, and it's about discipline. Now, please, please, please do not overlook the information that I'm about to go over with you in this video because I think it could be the solution you've actually been looking for. Okay, now here's the deal. Is in any business, I don't care if it's network marketing, direct selling, if it's just traditional business or anything that has to do with sales and working numbers, most people's issues are not an educational or a training issue. Most people's main issues or problems and why they never get over the hump is a discipline issue. Okay, let's break this down. Discipline is basically doing things that most people won't do on a repetitive basis, in my opinion. You don't need motivation to have discipline because motivation comes and goes. Motivation is more or less, if I feel like it today, I'll do such and such. If I feel like it, I'll go to the gym. If I feel like it, I will eat better. If I feel like it. And most people put their entire business strategy around emotional decisions. Disciplined decisions are when you do things when you don't want to because they're the things that have to get done for success to happen. There's a great book, if you've never read it, out there called The Slight Edge, that I think is fantastic. It's one of the kind of the principles about that is how kind of it separates the winners from the losers. There's this slight edge issue where if, the people that do the extra step, the one extra push-up, that are the ones that always have the success. Now, discipline mentally a lot of times is just going to come from how big your vision is. Because if you have enough, if you have a large enough vision, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to build a big business, whether it's to be the number one person in your company, whatever, if you can keep that vision and that end in mind as to what your goal actually is, then a lot of this stuff falls. The discipline can happen. Okay, most people don't go to the gym to work out on a repetitive basis or have the discipline to continue to do it because they just don't mentally believe it. They don't put it into their system. They don't get it into their heart. They have it somewhat in their head, but they don't get it into the point that they're going to have the discipline to keep it up. Okay. Now, the thing is I literally can attribute the majority of my success due to the fact that I typically have the ability mentally to discipline myself to do things when they're uncomfortable. When I don't feel like it, when I'm not motivated to do it, I know it's something that has to get done. And if you really start to study out some of the most successful people out there, most of it has to do with that. I've done a lot of trainings. You've probably heard me say this before about consistency. Okay, but the consistency is the key. I mean, I've interviewed hundreds, if not thousands of people about what they would attribute their success to, and most of them say consistency. But I think that if you peel the onion back farther, I've really, really gotten into understanding this now, that it's discipline to create the consistency. It's discipline that creates the consistency, which gets you kind of over the hump. Like, I can typically out earn just about everybody in the company because everybody has the same opportunity. Everybody has the same tools primarily. Everybody has the same product. Everybody works with the same comp plan. And if you've ever wondered why some people just go through the roof, it's literally, and if you meet some of these people, you're like, that guy's not that dynamic, or that guy's not that good, or that girl's not that good. But then you start to understand that it was consistency, but then peel that onion back and understand that what they had the ability to do, or what they decided and made the decision to do, was discipline themselves to take the strategic and core task actions to get them over the hump, to get that thing. That's all I learned to do, was that when I was uncomfortable, when I got out of my comfort zone and I did the activity that had to be done and I disciplined myself to execute that activity, that's when the results happen. Like, this applies to everything I've learned, whether it's working out, whether it's dieting, like eating better, whether it's, the discipline of doing other business. I mean, I launched a massive Amazon influencer program while no one was looking. and have made a tremendous amount of money doing that. But what I had to do is, I don't like to make videos every day, but I understood that if I discipline myself to do 3 to 5 a day, 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 I wasn't having fun a lot of times, but it was the discipline of doing it and doing it that now produces a great amount of money because of it. Same exact thing is going to fall into place when you learn these things, because it's not an education problem that anybody typically has. Most people, it's just a work your butt off a little harder, discipline yourself a little better to get that slight edge over your competition, over everybody else, that all of a sudden just makes you look like you're a genius, when in fact, it's just you took the time to discipline yourself enough to do the right activities. You identified the core tasks, you executed those primarily due to the fact you had a large enough goal, a large enough why, and you used the discipline to get that thing going. So I didn't want to shout on this one. I know I kind of am talking in a monotone voice, but it's important that you understand that, in my opinion, it's the discipline. It's the discipline to get the mindset going, to get you over the hump, that's going to take you to that next level. So if you'll understand that, you can learn everything you need. You can easily learn most of the things I teach and everybody else teaches, but then it's just the practical application, because you discipline yourself to make a video, to make a post, to make a phone call. And that's typically what the hang up is for most people's success, and why you can separate yourself from the crowd. So see you on the other videos. Thanks.